Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be giving you an honest and full review on the WZ-132-1, the Tier 10 Chinese tech tree light tank, part of the newest branch of vehicles added into the game. So, stay tuned. The first thing we're going to break into is the statistics. After the stats, I'm just going to get into some gameplay. Normally, I like to talk about armor, but, well, there is no armor to really break into when it comes to this vehicle, so yeah, we're mainly just going to break into the stats, talk about what's good, what's bad, how the tank should perform, and then play some battles. So, when it comes to this 105mm, it has 2.2 seconds of aiming time and 0.308 dispersion. Both of those values are fantastic. This is just like the Chinese mediums with super fast aiming time. And what that means is that it allows you to very quickly reposition, snap a shell, and then keep on going. And unlike the Chinese mediums, this vehicle actually has pretty decent on-movement dispersion. So, pretty good. When it comes to the vehicle's overall DPM, also great. 3,313 is plenty. Trust me, that is plenty. Especially because I am running calibrated shells. So if you're running gun rammer, you're going to have 3,560, which is ridiculously high for a light tank. Personally, I don't think that it's really necessary because the standard pen is quite poor. It is 240 with calibrated on. You can imagine how bad that is with standard, and it's APCR, which has massive shell velocity drops over distance. Or not shell velocity drops, but shell penetration drops over distance. So that is a downside of APCR, so I want to boost that pen up. And as well, the heat pen is not great. 325 is on the lower end, kind of like the 121. So I am running Cali to make sure that it is up there, at least when I am trying to penetrate those heavy tanks. The average damage is 330 on the standard, which is nice. It's a mix between the Vickers Light 350 and the 200 LT's 310. What that allows you to do is any vehicle that essentially has a 105 350 alpha gun, M60, M48 Patton, STB1, you know for a fact you're going to out-reload because you have a bit less alpha. So it's something that is pretty nice there. The gun turn limit's only 5 degrees of gun depression. Not the most fantastic, but it does have good gun elevation at 18 degrees. When it comes to the gun depression, it's very similar to the 200 LT. This vehicle is a bit higher off the ground, but apart from that, you just want to make sure that you're not overextending on ridges and terrain that you know you cannot work. It's pretty simple to use, and I'll obviously showcase when we're in some gameplay how I work the terrain, but it's not something that ever really crosses my mind as a hindrance unless it's a late game scenario. When it comes to mobility, very fast, 67 kilometers per hour of a top speed, 20 in reverse, and a power to weight of 31.6. So it's a very mobile tank. This thing's got over 1,000 horsepower, which I was very surprised to see. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. And the traverse speed obviously is going to be great. It's a light tank, so it's got great mobility, fantastic acceleration. It's got a lot of great things going for it. Now, when it comes to lights, view range is very important, and this vehicle's stock average. It's not great for a light. Vehicles like the Bosch Chatillon 25-ton and as well the Sheridan have more view range, so it's okay view range. It'll get the job done, but that's not the main part about this vehicle. This tank also has the same camo as the Batchat while it comes to lights, so it's not great, not bad, it's just okay camo when it comes to the light tanks. Now the great thing about lights that people don't get is that light tanks do not lose camouflage when moving, where other vehicle classes do. So something that is very nice about this tank is that you can obviously drive, shoot on the move, and have a much less chance of being detected compared to driving a medium on the move. When it comes to the armor on this vehicle, it's actually decently surprising when it comes to its thickness at certain spots. First of all, it's very hard to high explosive pen. The front upper plate is thick enough that unless you have Hesh, you're not going to really penetrate it. The only spot you're going to be able to pen with a 150mm, which has about 90 to 100 mils of high explosive pen, is the lower plate. So overall, armor-wise, it's not bad. When it comes to the turret, this is where things actually get pretty good. First of all, it's covered in spaced armor where you can see a bit of netting, which allows HE shells to have a much harder time of penetrating the tank. But honestly, the turret's strong enough that you shouldn't even have to worry about HE cutting through it to begin with. But even with that aside, the front of the turret is very rounded, just like its Russian designs it's based off of. And what that means is that if you don't hit directly on these little weak spots in the front here, where these little viewport windows are, you're going to get harder and harder spots to pen. The further your shell deviates from the front of this rounded bit, it's going to become a stronger penetration. Now, I'm not saying this turret's amazing. The cheeks are about 200 thick, and you'll pen them with any rounds in the game at tier 9 or tier 10. But it's the fact that once you get further and further away from the front of this turret and it becomes a steeper angle, it actually goes up to about 400 millimeters thick, meaning that you will get bounces on this turret, which is something that's nice. You're not going to be able to angle or do something to avoid it, but it is something to keep in mind. This turret can get the occasional troll bounce. The side armor is completely spaced, as we can see. It's got a big old black fender on the side there, which is nice. That means no HE shells are going to cut through the track spacing or anything like that. The only spot you're going to be able to HE it is right above that black fender side spacing, which is the little spot that almost all tanks have a weak spot on HE. So you can HE the sides, but a very hard pen, and obviously you can high explosive the rear with the majority of shells. So the tank doesn't have the most armor, but it's nice that it is basically not going to be penned by high explosive ammunition. The last thing we're going to be breaking into is the gameplay. So let's do that right now. Now, I'm doing this live, so I can't exactly say how this is going to work out, especially because a lot of people do like to focus and take a look at the new light tanks as they're added into the game. But I did wait, and I wanted to wait till recording this video. It's about 12 o'clock right now, 12:30. I wanted to wait on recording because I know for a fact that if I do try and record a lot later, there's going to be less and less people trying to spam the WZ-131 or WZ-132-1. I do have to say the tier 8 looks absolutely fantastic, so I cannot wait to play that. But as you can see, even while waiting a bit, we are still up against 2 of them. So, yeah, I guess we'll see how it works out. What do we also have? We got a Chieftain, IS-7, T-22 medium. Okay, so decently strong lineup. This tank doesn't really scare me too much if I'm fighting it because it's not a very threatening tank on alpha. Its mobility's nice, but you can see it's not a ridiculously powerful vehicle. One thing that I should say that is crazy is the size of it. This thing is tiny. You don't realize it, but look at my size compared to an M60. I'm probably about 20 to 30% less in size, which allows me to get away with quite a bit. Now, that M60 got blind fired. Oh, a little bit of lag there, but yeah, my M60 unfortunately got blind fired. I shouldn't be detected, though, although now I will be. Oh, boy. This is not looking too good, I gotta be honest. Now, the nice thing, obviously, is that I'm spotted for less amounts of time, which is not just good, it's actually fantastic. We got the T-22 medium over here. Let's get a nice shell into the T-22 and back up. The Bat Chat is going to get another... Well, he's not going to pen him, but he does shoot him, which is nice. And the enemy T-22 gets absolutely obliterated, which is just fantastic. We also got the WZ-131 right here, and there you go, nice 420 high explosive pen into his vehicle. Let's back up, but you can still see he managed to go right through my turret. And that is a perfect example there of the turret armor. It's not great. I mean, you'll go through the turret, not that hard. We got the IS-7 off to the side over here. I might be able to connect a heat shell. That right there is why I'm obviously running calibrated, so I can connect those very easy shells into our opponents. But the great thing as well is that I do obviously have only that 7-second cooldown period before I get undetected again, which means I can just kind of bully a vehicle like this IS-7 over and over and over and not have to worry too much. Yes, beautiful bait on that IS-7. Managed to get that to bounce on my side armor there, just angling out over enough. Got the IS-7 still chilling there. Tried to squeeze that shell into his lower plate, but all fine. Just gonna chill right here, and let's see if we can get another slap into his vehicle. Boom! Another nice 311 slap. With that, we've done pretty good, I gotta say. The light tanks on their team are... Oh, wow! That 183, I didn't know we had a 183 looking at that IS-7, but we did, and there is no longer an IS-7 on their team. So, let's keep on going. We obviously know that the Chinese light is chilling over here. Hopefully I didn't get spotted, and I didn't, which is perfect. So we're just going to make our way over here, keep on going, and where is this guy? Hello, good sir. Hooah! There you go. Very easy shot. The Foch finishes him off, and there is no more light take. Now, the only take they could have that shoots me in the back here is the Foch. As we can see, the 4005 is being literally decimated. So I'm just going to head towards this Foch, and we're going to see if I can find him. There he is. Hello, Mr. Foch boy. There's one easy shell into his vehicle, and doesn't look like we're able to get another one out. And holy, our 183 is a frickin' machine. Man is just absolutely dominating. Well, we get a laggy shot. That was not when I shot, but as you did see, my game lagged there at the bit of the end. So, not too bad. Also, I'm a little allergic to my cat, so I'll be wiping my nose every now and then so you don't see a Yeah, I'm not gonna get into the details, but either way, a decent game. Nothing crazy, but we definitely could have done better. The enemy team got eviscerated. Our 183 must have done actually not that much. Oh, we also had a YAG. I wasn't paying attention too much at my lineup, but when you have a YAG and a 183 platoon, probably shooting at the same targets, it makes sense why people were getting literally deleted after I spotted them in about 2 seconds. But we assisted probably a decent chunk. Maybe we didn't assist any, but I would expect that we assisted a little bit. Oh yeah, 167 damage assisted. Oh yeah, look at that. The best light teammate. But first game, you can definitely see that this is not an aggressive vehicle. It plays very similar to a Type 62 Dragon, and that is the best description I can give you. This is a Type 62 Dragon up at tier 10. So it's going to be really mobile, but it's going to feature almost no armor, and it's not a tank that you're going to want to just brawl your opponents in. You can, you have enough DPM to do it, but you are definitely going to be penned every single time when you expose your hull. So that's the thing about this tank you're going to have to keep in mind. Now, once again, we're up against two WZ-132-1s, and we also have one on our team as well. So it's 2 lights versus 2 lights. Now, when it comes to a light with only 5 degrees of gun depression, I'm not going to drive it to mid-hill, because why would I? This is not a tank that's going to work well on a hill that requires, what, 7, 8 degrees of gun depression? So instead, I'm going to make my way all the way over far corner. It's possible we'll run into the enemy light that does that. They do have 3 tank destroyers as well, which is definitely something I'm going to have to be worried about. But for now, I'm just going to suck it up and make my way over here. Here we go. And let's see. I haven't spotted anybody, which is not necessarily good or bad. It's just how this game's working out to be. Still haven't spotted anybody. Let's just keep on working our way up. There you go. There's an E100. Let's see if we can get a... Oh, well, never mind. That's a very hard pen. But the good news is that he is not going to be able to spot me. Alright, let's aim in on the E100. Can we pen him in that track wheel? No. Oh, never mind. We got spotted and shot by the grill. I can definitely tell you that was a grill 100%. Alright, well, that's a bit unfortunate. I don't think the E100 can spot me from here, but I could be wrong. There you go. Very easy shot into his lower plate. And we did get spotted, but I was pretty sure that he wouldn't be able to tech me before I shot. Okay, so let's just chill here again. Should be a cooldown, fairly quick one as well on that. And let's go back over here. Hello, anybody here? I'm not seeing anybody. I know that girl's sitting in their spawn, and like when I say spawn, he is sitting all the way in the back of their spawn. It's a bit unfortunate because there's no way I can really detect him. But that's definitely where he is. Alright, well, let's go for another shell into that guy. Hopefully we didn't get spotted. We did, but the girl finished off my teammate, and we were able to slap the shell into the lower plate of the E100. While camping in your E100 may not be the best decision, it can definitely be a decent one for holding off your opponents. There's the grill. That shell obviously did not go nearly where I wanted it to, and that grill is showing me his lower plate, so we get a nice shell into his vehicle. And with that, the grill is probably not enjoying life all too much. Let's get a nice shell into the enemy M48 Patton. Let's back up this way, so that way we're in a bit of the clear. Get another nice... Oh my god, this grill, man. This grill is just pooping on me. Let's get a nice clearing shell into the enemy Patton. And I thought I was in cover from that grill, but I guess I was not, which really sucks. Wow, this lag is not great today. I mean, I guess it is update day, so it makes sense that the game's a bit laggy. But it's lagging quite a bit. So we got the WZ-131, or WZ-132. I always try to call it the 131 because I'm so used to the Chinese tier 8 when I play PC. But we got this guy over here, so hopefully we can get a decent shell in. But you can definitely see where gun depression is a bit funky on this tank. You're definitely going to have to angle it a bit and change your positioning if you want to get a shell out. There he is. He does kill my teammate, and with that there's only 2 players left, which is not great. My team definitely fell apart a bit faster than I wanted them to. We get a nice shell into his vehicle. My turret armor does hold up, which is nice. And let's see, we got the enemy one over here. Got the other WZ. Oh boy. No, I don't want to fight that. Let's get a nice shell into that WZ-132. And let's see what else I can do here. This guy's obviously going to go for it. I'm going to get another shell into his tank. A little bit of a low roll, but nothing too much I have to worry about. Let's go for another shot into his vehicle. And with that, let's see. I'm just going to Give him a nice little shot here. There you go. And with that, not a bad battle at all. I could have actually gotten a little bit more damage out, but unfortunately I died from the ram. He low-rolled me. But not a bad game. We lost, which is a bit unfortunate, but as you can see, the take did a pretty good job. We were able to farm over almost 4,000 damage there, 3,746. We did a pretty decent job. Definitely finished top on our team here. Yeah, unfortunately our E100 did 0 damage. Even there, E100 managed to pull out a decent chunk while being stuck where he was after we pinned him there. But yeah, unfortunately our team fell apart. It seems a little bit too quick, especially some of the more important players like our Lev player just pooped. But yeah, not a bad battle at all. As you can see, the WZ-132 is a very good vehicle. The gun feels great. The DPM feels really nice. I'm definitely going to have to get used to it. These are my first 2 battles, minus one that I did off camera. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to the take. But overall, first impressions, pretty dang good. I definitely like this take. I feel like it feels very balanced. And it'll definitely be a take that if you're a more skilled level player, will be great to play, especially if you like the Type 62. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned later today as I'll have a video up on the Tier 8, and then I'll have a Tier 9 the next day, and the Tier 7. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.